What's up, YouTube? This is the Triumph here, and today I'm gonna go ahead and jump on the bandwagon and talk about some chaos mode. And first of all, I really enjoy this gameplay. Not this gameplay, sorry, it's pretty good gameplay, but I really enjoy this game. It really helps me out personally for getting gameplays, just because, like I said earlier, my connection is doing really bad. So if it's kind of bad right now, it's spotty, so it'll be good sometimes and bad other times. So I can just jump into chaos mode and play some games, and that is really fun, and it really helps me out. And sorry, my throat's kind of dry, but so yeah, and so in this gameplay, I'm just going to give you some tips and tricks for chaos mode. Now, first of all, you'll see that green bar in the middle of your screen that keeps kind of going down and then back up, and that is your multiplier. You want to keep that up as much as you can and keep getting it higher and higher. And first of all, what I would suggest you to do in the beginning of the game is knife, like I am now. Once there's not all that many enemies, it's really easy to knife. And if your multiplier starts to go down, just kind of shoot them once and then run over and knife them. If you think you're about to run out of your multiplier. Now, the reason I like knifing is because it's really easy in the beginning of the game because there's really not all that many enemies, and knifing gets you more points than just shooting them. So it's definitely more beneficial to run around and knife in the beginning of the game. Like you saw me getting all those slashers, that's like 1,000 points. So it's much easier to go ahead and get that than to shoot in the beginning of the game. Now you will start getting kind of hoarded by a lot of enemies, and then you're gonna have to start shooting like I am here. But yeah, so anyways, on in the multiplier, as you can see, it keeps going down, but it will go back up every time you pick up a weapon, pick up a care package, shoot an enemy, kill an enemy, or pick up a dog tag. So it's not too hard to keep your multiplier up. What keeps getting me killed is I'll run out of last stands, like you see in the bottom corner. When right below the multiplier and the points, there are 2 golden squares with the last stand in them. Once you run out of last stand and you die, then the game is over. Now there's 2 ways to die. You can either do that, you can die like that, or you can lose your multiplier on 0 seconds, like you see now. I have 0 seconds on the clock, and if I lost my multiplier right here, I would die. Now, what is good to do, what I like to do, is last as long as you possibly can on 0. And if you think you're about to die, then I would go ahead and pick up the 60-second care package so that you can have as much time as possible. Like I did right there, I was on 0 seconds for about 2 minutes, or no, for about a minute, and I went ahead and picked up the 60-second thing, which gives you about another minute of time, and then hopefully you can survive long enough to get another 60-second and another 60-second, and that's how you keep working your way up and getting more time and all that kind of fun stuff. Now, another thing that I like to do is stick around the dome. I'm sure you've seen a lot of commentators on their chaos games stick around the dome, and it's really helpful to do that because you have a lot of cover, and there's also a lot of really good guns in there. Like you have the M4, the P90, the ACR, and then right outside you have this sorry, I forgot, RPG. You have this RPG, and that can also be really helpful. You can take out a lot of enemies, and it can really help. And then over here you have a FAD and an MP7, so it is really helpful to stick in this dome kind of area. Sorry, not the dome, the B flag building. The B flag building is really helpful to stick in because there's a lot of cover, a lot of good guns, and it just works really well because a lot of enemies kind of swarm you, but they're not too difficult to take out. Like, see, I just took a freeze, and what that does is freezes your multiplier. That's a care package that you can take, and then you press the right D-pad button, and that will give you the freeze, and it'll freeze your multiplier so you can get a lot of kills, and you won't affect your multiplier. I mean, your multiplier will go up, but it won't go back down, which is really helpful in case you die or something like that. So that's really nice for that, so that you won't run out of your multiplier if you're on 0 seconds like I was now. And you may have seen this 60-second drop, and so I took that. So that's 2 60-second drops that I've had now, which really increases your time. And I have 1 last stand left, in case you didn't notice. So if I die, I can go into last stand 1 last time, and then after that I will not be able to go into last stand. I will just die, and the game will be over. So that's really what you don't want to happen, is just die. So if you can get a last stand care package, the last stand care packages and the 60-second care packages are definitely the best. The 5,000, like you may see in the corner in the screen right now, is really not all that helpful. Honestly, it just kind of makes you go out of your way to get the care package, which possibly you could die by going out of the way or lose your multiplier by running away from enemies. And I really don't suggest going for the 5K. I mean, it's only 5,000 on your score, so I mean, it's really not like it affects you too much. And I just used my last stand, so now if I die, I am done with a 310 multiplier as of now. So I would not suggest going for that care package. It just could possibly kill you. And so yeah, so what you may want to do also is, if you're running away from the enemies, just run around and collect as many weapons as you can, and hopefully just find the normal enemies and not the juggernauts. But that's the end of the game, guys. 15 million score. Thanks for watching, guys. This is the Triumph.